Hey, what's up, everyone? I am doing something good and realized I'm doing something bad. Let me share that with you. About this time of year, I start thinking about the cold weather, so I start kind of updating things that are in my truck. So one of the things I would put in my truck is this thing right here. As you might guess, this is a snow shovel. Now it's a pretty short snow shovel because I want to carry some full-size thing with me. This is just an emergency thing, and as you can see right here, let me see, I haven't used this in a while, but it is adjustable. Okay, it's not adjusting now, but trust me, it adjusts. Okay, I have to fix that before the winter comes in. But this is an adjustable snow shovel. It goes from about 2.5 feet to like maybe 3.5 feet. And this is good for shoveling snow. That's why they call it a snow shovel. Can't really do too much else with it. It's plastic, it's not that heavy. So if it's light, fluffy snow, it's pretty good. Your back will hurt, but it'll do the trick. But this isn't the best thing to have, and it's not the only thing to have. I have this for like the loose snow. Then I have this. Now, a lot of you probably saying to yourself, I know what that is. And some of you are saying, what the heck is this thing in the middle of your table? This is a handy dandy entrenching tool. I love this thing. Now, when I told you I'm doing something right and something wrong, the something right is that I put this in my vehicle when the weather is, when I'm expecting kind of chance of kind of crappy, snowy, icy weather. And the reason is, this is just plastic. So if there's like really packed ice, that's not going to get through it too well. It's plastic. This is steel. So if there's some really compacted snow, some ice, I can get through it with no problem. If there's a little bit of a muddy situation, I'm going to have better luck with this than with that. Now, here's where I'm screwing up. I should never take this out of my truck. This should always be in my truck, which I'm going to remedy very soon. I'm going to put it back in my truck. For those of you who don't know exactly what this is, it basically folds in three. So we have the handle here, and then it folds up just like that. And then what you do is you twist this thing here, and it immobilizes the shovel end of it, just like this. Okay? And you can shovel. Now, some of you might be saying, that doesn't look like the most comfortable shovel, and it's not. It's not meant to make your life comfortable while you're shoveling. It's meant to get you out of a problem. Now, there's a few good things about this. And let me just say there are several kinds and several brands. There are some that are a little bigger than this. There are some that are shaped differently. This is a pretty basic one, and it's probably not the highest quality. As you can tell, it's the way it's kind of riveted there, and it has this plastic piece. At some point, this will break. Okay. Another cool thing about this is if you loosen this here, you can actually kind of fold it, and it kind of works almost like a pick if you have to chop at something. Okay, so you can use this as a pick, sort of, to chop something that you need to chop. Use it as a shovel. Again, I'm thinking my most likely use for this is packed snow, packed ice. But really, anything you have to chip away or break, it would be very good for. The other thing is, I'm not sure if you can tell there, but it's got a blade there. So, not bad, because if you have, like, you know, something like wood that needs to be taken care of, you can take care of it. And it's got some pretty decent weight to it, too. And the other nice thing is that because it has this this V-shaped handle, you can get a nice grip on it, you know, to do what you need to do. Now, this is actually, like I said, multifaceted. I mean, you can use this for snow and ice. You can use it, you know, regular mud or dirt. It could be used for camping situations, emergency situations, and if need be, you could probably call on this for some type of a self-defense instrument. There are actually militaries, I remember reading about the Russian military, actually trained on how to fight with an entrenching tool. You might think, well, that's kind of crazy, but think about it. You don't have a firearm, you don't have a knife, okay? What do you have? You have a shovel. Is that going to help you out a lot? Me think no, unless of course you have an army of fluffy snowflakes coming at you, then of course it would be very useful. But in a bad situation, it's made out of steel. It's pointy. It's got a saw blade in it. If you had to, you can get your point across with that. So when you look at the fact that it could be used as a self-defense tool in a pinch, okay, ideally it's not the best situation. I totally admit to that. But in an emergency, I'd rather have that than nothing. If I'm stuck on the road, I would want to have this. Now, I am going to put a link to this particular one, if I can still find it, because as you can tell, I have used this a lot. It's gotten a lot of use, and it's actually held up well. I bought this about 10 years ago, and I think I only paid about $12 or $13 for it. I've seen some for like, 15 to 20, and I've seen some for like 50 or 60. The prices are all over the place, but I am going to put a listing, an Amazon listing or two in my description if you're interested in this sort of thing. I'm going to try to look for this one. I believe this was like the Coughlin's brand, if I'm not mistaken. And that will probably be the cheapest one you'll find. And I think it's extremely serviceable. It really is. Now, there are some other brands that might be better. I don't know. I can't tell you if they are. I know they're more expensive. Are they better? I don't know. They very well could be. If you can spend a little extra money, in hindsight, I'd probably try and get one that has a steel or an aluminum tourney thingy. What do you call that? You know what I'm talking about. I try and get this to be made out of steel or something, because while it's held up extremely well, who knows how much stress it can put up with. It does seem like it's a thick piece of plastic. So, it looks beefy for what it is, but you might want something that has the steel. So it might be good if it's only a few bucks extra. But if not, and you're kind of limited on a budget, I think this one's totally fine. But I will put that out there because, like I said, whenever I discover something that's a pretty cool idea, I like to share it with people. And when I mess something up, I like to share it with people. And this is something I messed up because this is something that should always be in my truck. No two ways about it, because it has multiple uses in the in the warm weather, the cold weather, and in between. And I was kind of ignoring the other purposes for just the winter purposes. So don't be a fool like me. If you have an entrenching tool, put it in your car or your truck. And as you can see, it's not the kind of thing that really takes up a lot of room. I mean, you could very likely put this in your glove compartment. I mean, for most of you. I mean, look at this thing. You just kind of fold it up and whoa, sorry about that. You just kind of fold it right up and it goes in. I need to turn that a bit more. So there you go. And if you're not out of practice using it like me, you'll fold it up even faster. And like I said, look at this. It's let's see, it is measuring, 3, 6, 9. It's about 9.5 inches this way by about 7 inches this way. So say about 9 by 7 package, and maybe like 2 inches tops that way. Nice little compact hunk of steel. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a good one. If you like these kind of videos, I do appreciate the thumbs up. I'm watching. See ya.